I'm going to show you a website that's currently is in design phase. This is a work in progress. We designed the whole thing, and only after we work and iterate it with the client, then it goes to the code behind it and develop and make it live. So let's dive in this website. First of all, as we are advancing on this site, we're showing two different products. We're having the combination of the blue and the yellow. This whole product is about that you want to take them both the same day. So we're creating some sort of a play or a dance between those two colors as you go through the site. We have a very strong tagline that says discover a world of micronutrients, and this is something you always want to think before you start your page. What is about my product that is so unique and can speak to the audience I'm going for, that's gonna make them click? And there are people out there that know about micronutrients, understand that, and just by using the right word, you can gain their attention. That's why we chose that tagline. As you scroll through, I just want to show you kind of like, again, this is a work in progress, like I said, but just to show you the dance of the colors. So over here, we have that phycoside, which is a blue bottle with a big words behind it and showing you the benefits of movement. And as you scroll through, you're transitioning to the experience that's in yellow, which is the X Gold, which is very similar. There's also movement there. When we're going to be developing it, the transition would be as the bottle flips. So think about that, you have the bottle is blue and then it just transition and it flips. That type of magic we're actually going to be able to do when we go into development. And as you go through the rest of the site, not too fancy, but just clarity, clean, and that's sometimes all what you need. There is many ways on how you can go on designing a website. Sometimes you want to be full of animation, sometimes you want to go deep into the science, but you have to also work with what you have. Some of those things that we see online on some of those billion-dollar websites, like, you know, let's say Insta360. If you don't know, go insta360.com. They have beautiful product pages. But you'll see that they have some videos and elements that are not necessarily approachable from a pricing standpoint to every business out there. So with right use of color, fonts, transitions, we can many times get that level of interactivity and still keep people engaged without going beyond budget. That is still important. You want to invest in photos, you want to invest in videos, but we can also work with certain elements and still make the best use out of it. Here we're going to go through, I'm going to show you kind of like the ingredients, and you can see the relationship between the ingredients and where they're coming from and the coloring, a little bit showing kind of like the DNA, the play again of the blue and the yellow mixing together. Psychologically, there's a couple things here that are speaking subliminally to the viewer and at the same time draws you in. So this is kind of like preliminary reveal. There's going to be more iterations on this page, but I wanted to share this with you on the product side so you kind of get to see the behind the scenes of some of the process that goes into putting and designing those pages together. If you like what you saw, join our community. We're going to show you step by step how to take your business to the next level online.